Hey, what's up YouTube? Books Nelson here, back with another video, and today we're going to be breaking down this dominant set, this Yao Ming set, and we will briefly go over these Invincible cards. I say briefly because these cards are going to be pretty identical to a lot of the cards released already, so we know what's up going into these. So let's get right to it. Start with Mr. Joe Smith. So we have some high hopes for Joe Smith. He's 6'10 at the small forward position, which is absolutely excellent size at that position. Let's see what these animations are talking about. Well, first of all, stats and badge wise, he's looking pretty good across the board. He's not missing anything. I definitely give him that bailout 100%. And if you play unlimited, why not give him the free points? What's his free throw? His free throw's a 94 though, so I don't think the free points makes a difference. But if you have him lying around, why not? But that bailout, I would definitely put the bailout on there because his pass act is an 88 and the bailout's going to help a lot going to the basket. All right, animation wise, Kyrie dribble style, Trey escape. That's outstanding. John Wall step back. This guy's basically perfect. We don't know what the moving crossover is. It's obviously not Kobe and probably not John Wall, I believe. It says pro here. Nothing's coming up. So we got to see what that's all about. But I also have high hopes for this David Robinson Goran Dragic jumper. This should be good because Dragic is an upper used on guards to speed up the jump shot, make it easy to see. And then David Robinson is one of the better bases in the game. Jokic hop jumper. This guy, he joins Tyrese Thomas as an absolutely elite small forward that you can go out and grab. I would say Amani Bates is in there too, although Amani Bates can play the two. I think Amani Bates plays both positions well. But yeah, Joe Johnson looks like an absolute monster. I would say, all right, so that's a dub right off the bat. Joe Johnson's a massive W. He raises the level of this collection already because now out of this deluxe pack, we just got to see if Jaime Jaquez Jr. is bringing. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Let's do that. All right. So stats and badge wise, we're pretty good across the board. Let's see, nothing crazy. I would say that 3-pointer wants to come up some. Go definitely. Even with Phil Jackson's going to give you +6. Go ahead and get that to 99. With a shoe, same thing for the mid range. You can boost that with a shoe. Get his strength all the way up there with a shoe. A shoe takes care of his stat problems, his attribute problems. I would say space creator potentially. Let's see what that hop jumper is. Normal hop jumper is okay. Leaner's Pro 2, Trey escape, Ja combo moves, breakdown. See, John Wall crossover is excellent. Chris Paul moving step backs excellent. He's got normal signature size up. So the normal signature size up is not terrible, right? Like it says normal and you might be like running scared. It's not terrible with the Kyrie Irving dribble style and the rest of these SIGs. I think it's still fine. This is what I don't know about. I don't know about his jumper. Let's see what the Peanut Gallery has to say. Yeah, easily the worst card. He's the one out the free deluxe. Yeah, so he is the joke card, unfortunately, because this jumper is definitely not there. He's only 6'6" at the 2-guard position. I think if at this point in the game, if you're 6'6", your jumper has to be absolutely cracked, especially since, again, that Ricky Davis is at the very top of the pile when it comes to 2 guards. He's taller. He has a better jumper. Ricky Davis absolutely destroys this card in every fathomable way. So this card doesn't make your lineup because if you have 40 tokens, you get Ricky Davis. And if you don't have 40 tokens, go get 40 tokens and get Ricky Davis. And if you don't have that, you can also, if you're a pro pass, if you're pro money spent, like yours truly, you can go ahead and get that Klay Thompson, who's also fantastic. And then there's also free Vince Carter in the set, that like in the locker code, and Clyde comes out today. So yeah, this guy, I don't think he sees the court for anybody, no matter what your team is, because there are too many free cards that are better than him. I would even say the Jason Tatum at the 2-guard, because of his jumper, that's so very good. I'd run that free Jason Tatum over this card. This card's comparatively terrible. Like, yeah, his stats are okay. He's got a few good animations, but he just doesn't have, from what it looks like here, the jumper to play. I do want to see that jumper on very quick myself before final judgment. But Jaime definitely looks like the joke card. And we know what Kyle Korver's bringing to the table, right? Like Kyle, going to be one of the best shooters in the game. Absolutely. And let's see dribble. Let's see if he got anything changed from his Galaxy Opal. That's what I want to see. Obviously, doesn't need any adjustments to his jumper whatsoever. Let's just see what the improvements are here. No, this is basically the same card. So let's see. What did he get that's better? Athletically, he's a bit better. The strength coming up is nice. Slashing wise, he's only marginally better. Defensively, he's only marginally better. Guys, this is basically just the Opal. Let's see. What about badges? Did he get any major badges that are improved. It's a Giant Slayer. I mean, he got some Hall of Fame badges that help him out, especially these slashing badges will probably make him feel a lot better as a slasher. But that having been said, you know, a little love on some. The Hall of Fame handles for days will make him much better at dribbling. He'll dribble faster, he'll dribble smoother, and he won't get plucked. I mean, not he won't get plucked. That you'll have more dribble stamina, but he also won't get plucked. I was looking down here. So yeah, I mean, this is a marginally better improvement over the main card. I mean, the old card, but he's essentially the same. But at the same time, the old card was pretty good. So he's the other card with, you know, slightly better athleticism. But this is honestly a lot closer to a duplicate card than I expected. I expected closer to the higher 90s in some of these areas, but he's pretty close to that opal, which I would say is actually a little bit disappointing. I thought we were kind of getting a new Kyle Korver. Now I'm in a place where I don't understand why they put this card in the set, because you basically already have that card. Because he's not going to shoot better. He already shot like basically the best, right? He was the next best thing to a Glenn Rice card. And the main thing that he would have needed is that the Steph Curry behind the back to be the Jamal Murray. If he doesn't get the Jamal Murray or the James Moon behind the back, then, you know, you can kind of miss me with that. And that's where we are. Even Halliburton. So yeah, I mean, he's fine. All right, so let's look at these Yaos. So first we will look at the free Yao, and then we will look at the, okay, so free Yao's bad. I'm actually a little surprised. They gave him only 40 speed. I thought he would have at least like a 79 speed. This free Yao stinks. We're going to keep it moving. So no free Yao. No free Yao. False advertisement. This is not a free Yao. All of the giant centers are better than this card by a mile. I'm not even going to talk about the rest of the card. All right, and so this is the Dark Matter. So obviously very good. Not like game breaking. It's interesting, right? Because we've gotten so many giants recently that I don't know if this guy is better than Manute Ball, right? Like, let's take a look at the head-to-head. So Manute Ball, higher shooting stats. Yao's considerably faster. And I do think that that's going to make a big difference. And Yao is also a lot wider, but Manute's going to dribble better. You know, Yao's probably better. You know, Bobo shot's pretty good. This Robert Williams with the Shea is still pretty fun. Is decent shot for Yao. Wingspan, Manute's favor. I don't know. I would probably run with Manute, but I do like the speed because we know Yao running around on court is just ridiculous. So that's preference as far as I'm concerned. If two people were of equal skill, I don't think the Yao versus Manute would be the difference either way. I think it's more about style and how well you use the card. Like I said, at this point in the year, competitive advantages aren't that big of a deal. Before we get out of here, let's go ahead and look at 100 Yao. I imagine he's going to be the same thing, but just 100 overall. Although I will say, this card is a significant improvement just because stats-wise, Yao wasn't, you know, top level. It wasn't like Yao. A lot of Dark Matters are very close to 99 overalls already. I mean, 100 overalls already, like a Ron Artest or something like that. Your Tyrus Thomases. Some of these guys are really, really juiced. Yao is one of those cards that definitely still had weaknesses at the Dark Matter level. So this 100 overall Yao is a different story and is, you know, if not the best center in the game, he's definitely in the conversation for one of the very, very best centers in the game. Not that anybody will see him, but, you know, it's just nice to know what he does. All right, animation-wise, Ben still has the same shot, and that pretty much leaves him where we knew he would be. He does have the Nikola Jokic Chop Chopper. Let's go ahead and make this comparison real quick and look at his Dark Matter. No one is running this Dark Matter. I literally have not seen this Dark Matter myself personally in the wild. I haven't seen him in gameplays, and I haven't run into him online. So these are massive upgrades in terms of, well, let's not gas it. Significant, noticeable upgrades just across the board. Everything got raised. It looks like by an average of about 4 points across the board. And in some places they matter. Like the 87 to 98 3 ball is going to matter. It's not going to speed his shot up, but it is going to make his shot easier to hit. Athletically, he gets pushed basically, you know, he's 100 overall now. So all this stuff gets pushed way up. But he was another card that outside of the 3 ball, everything else was pretty close, but because he was more in the 95 realm than the 96, 97 realm, a couple of 92s and 94s thrown in there, although it is post-scoring, I would say it's going to feel 99% like the same card, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to feel that much different. I think shooting the ball. Now, again, you could have put these badges on him. So I think anybody who got this Ben Simmons at this time probably put these badges on him. So he's going to do the same job the same way. The main difference being he's just going to shoot better. He's going to make more shots is what was the way I should actually put it. Because why can't I click on the animations? There we go. Any animation changes? No, same identical animations all the way through. Another one, except the Pro 2 fade over the Kobe Bryant fade, which I don't know. I like the Kobe Bryant fade, but yeah, same card. We're just gonna keep this is another lazy duplicate situation. You can really tell that the resources are being diverted to 2K25 because this looks like a lot of duplicate cards. To be quite frank, they didn't put not anybody. I mean, Joe's new, but yeah. We'll just keep it moving. All right, Kirilenko. We're going to go ahead and compare him to his dark matter right off the bat because we're not going to go through the same pain that Ben just put us through. So again, defensively, athletically, going to be mostly the same. Driving dunk going to 98 over 90 is nice. It's not that big of a deal because a 94, which you would get with a shoe, to a 98, I don't think you're going to feel it. That meter's still going to be gigantic at a 94. I don't know if it's really giganticer at a 98, but the three ball is better. Let's see animation wise. And oh wow. Okay. See, now this is a difference. He got that Patty Mills base. That's gonna help him a lot because it wasn't a slow jumper, it was a medium jumper though. And so now it probably goes from a medium jumper to a very good jumper. And he gets a Kyrie Irving dribble style upgrade as well. Although he does still have the Steph Curry moving behind the back. I do not think that this card is better than Joe Smith and Tyrese Thomas. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I do not think he's better than them. This is another example of 100 overall not meeting the level of a dark matter because it matters so much what the animations are. Although I will say this Patty Mills lower base is nice. But at this stage in the game at small forwards, so many elite small forwards have better uppers and better behind the backs. And even better, he's got the John Wall crossover, so he's good as far as that goes. And this Kyrie Irving helps him. You know, the Derrick Rose is awesome. But I just think, and he does get the Nikola Jokic, which is great. Also normal leaner. I just think that better leaner, better behind the backs, better uppers can be found all over the place at the dark matter. I mean, at the small forward position. And he doesn't do anything special, in my opinion, to put him like way above. That having been said, I still think he's a good card. It's just that if I was, should you just go get Joe Johnson and Tyrese Thomas and call it a day? Yeah. Yeah, I would rather play Joe Johnson and Tyrese Thomas and just outright get both of those cards than pull packs hoping to get this card, which is probably going to be 2% or less odds anyway. Evan Mobley, we got to go straight to that jumper. Okay, Terrence Mann base. That's going to improve things for him a lot. Now, his upper is still going to be slow. So even though this Terrence Mann base is going to be good, I don't know if with the Mobley upper, it's going to be as good as other jumpers would be. That having been said, this guy looks absolutely cracked, right? It's Trey Escape, Steve Francis size up, Kyrie Irving at 6'11". He's light too, so he's going to do all of the dribble moves the way he's supposed to. Giannis moving crossover is kind of mid. Pro behind the back. Definitely got to see what this pro behind the back is. If that's Jamal Murray, this guy's absolutely insane. He's got Pro 2 leaner, Jokic hop jumper. He's going to be one of the very best power forwards in the game. I still don't know if I put him over the best power forwards in the game because he is 6'11". There are also power forwards who are taller, but I think he's in the conversation probably for the second tier of power forwards. And yeah, he's looking pretty good. Again, good luck getting him, but he's looking pretty good for if you lock in. Okay, Adam Morrison, scared of this card. Yep, Steph Curry base, Jerry West upper. It's at the end of the day. To me, this makes him identical to his dark matter because that was the flaw, right? It wasn't like the dark matter was, and even the pink diamond. These were already really good cards, except for the fact that the upper just held them back. And the same thing is going to be true now, right? Like, look, you look at these stat upgrades, roughly +4 across the board, and that's cool. But the big upgrade is what? Standing dunk. Everything else is just like, here's a little something. Right? He was already good at all of this stuff. He was already good at slashing, really good athletically, across the board. Let's see badge-wise. Did he get anything major? Let's go to next new gen. Nope. Basically no new badges. I mean, he gets rise up again. A standing dunk on a 6'8" small forward is nice, but I don't think it really makes a difference. I think once your standing dunk is above 90, it's all going to feel the same because the situations you're doing it in, you're not being challenged, right? You're not trying to standing dunk on people. I think fast twitch makes a bigger difference than rise up because fast twitch gets you up there faster. But he already had gold fast twitch. So that having been said, listen, he already moved great. He's still going to move great. Does he make anybody's lineup? Again, I still feel like when I just look at the free cards and available cards that are out there, I would rather run, Clay, Ricky Davis, Imani Bates. And would I rather run Vince Carter? I know that might sound crazy because Vince is shorter, but Vince does everything pretty well on the court. And I don't hate Vince Carter's shot. Whereas his jump, I'll say this, because it might sound like I'm coming down hard on Adam Morrison, although in my defense, literally no one's running this card, right? But the thing is, and I think he was like free on the wheel or something, because I don't even remember how I got this card. Maybe I got him off the board or something like that, but I got this card for free. But anyway, it's not that his upper is so slow that it makes him unusable. There is a delay to it that makes him worse than the best cards in the game. And I haven't been mentioning like Glenn Rice, who I still see all the time. It's that it feels bad. That's the thing for me. It feels wrong. It feels like somebody went into the jump shot creator and put together a base and an upper that don't make sense. And for me, that keeps him off of my team. Just like he has no chance of playing for me for that reason. That's really what it comes down to with Adam Morrison. All right. And we already did Yao Ming. We're making pretty good time here because they put in so many duplicate cards. All righty. So let's go to, before we go, let's just do this stupid card real quick. Listen, actually, what's different between him and his 100 overall? I'm actually curious about that because stats-wise, they're identical, except, again, I don't know how you have 100 overall and you're doing this kind of foolishness. It doesn't even make a difference. That's the thing that's funny to me. It's like, it's purely cosmetic. All right. Dribbling-wise, he gets a lot of upgrades. Gets quite a few upgrades. Although his old SIGs weren't bad. He has a lot of good things going for him from a SIGs standpoint. But these SIGs are definitely better. Again, you can tell what 2K thinks are the good SIGs when you come over to the GOAT cards. But he does have, the MPJ base with Lillard upper is crazy. That's a crazy jumper on a card like this. That having been said, at his height, it's so hard to contest his shot that I don't think shooting with Yao was ever a problem. And I don't think you're going to be doing a ton of like behind the back into 3-pointers with this card. You can. You can. I just don't think that that's really his role. So while on paper, there are a lot of significant improvements between these two cards from an animation standpoint, stats and badge wise, I wouldn't say so. They're pretty close to like Giant Slayer, that literally is not even going to proc in the game against anyone because no one is 3 inches taller than Yao. So that's ridiculous. Space Creator, sure. I mean, it's the only badge he was missing, so you probably put that badge on him anyway if you get the 100 overall. But I think these are two of the closer GOAT and or should I say 100 overall and GOAT cards. I think these are two of the closer ones because of what his job is. If he was a small forward, I think his upgrades would be more meaningful. But at the center position, which is what he's going to play, I think essentially he's going to do the same thing. I don't think I don't think the shot is going to result in like, oh, I get off more shots with Yao Ming or I dribble so much better with Yao Ming. Like, you're not doing that. He's too heavy. He's going to get tired if you dribble a whole lot with him. And the shot's still going to be open because he's super tall. So, it's harder to contest the shot. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad card. These are both, again, two of the better centers in the game. I just don't think there's any advantage to having the GOAT over the 100 overall. I shouldn't say any advantage. There's no major advantage to the GOAT over the 100 overall. But yeah, obviously both great cards. These are clearly, geared to make people pull packs. But I'll say, because the 100 overall and the GOAT are so rare, I don't see this as a set you pull packs on, to be honest with you. Like, if I was really playing this game and trying to make my squad better, I'd pick up Joe Johnson and call it a day. You know what I mean? Like I don't even pull the rest of these because I don't want any of these cards. Look, Evan Mobley looks really good, but I already have great power forwards, so I'm fine. You know, I don't know how many sets he really improves. He never touches the court. He never touches the court. He never touches the court. Not that they're bad cards, they just don't touch the court. You know what I mean? There are other good cards in the game that do their jobs very well. These Dark Matter Yaos are cool, but you know, you can also just like you might not get them, right? That's the problem, is the odds are so low. You can't trust the packs. You can't say, well, if I spent 350 MT on the packs, I'll just wind up getting a Dark Matter Yao and that'll make me happy. I don't think that's gonna happen necessarily, right? You probably get 2 Morrisons, a Joe Smith, a Kyle Korver, and maybe you really hit the lottery and get one of these 100 overalls, none of whom I think are truly like fantastic outside of Evan Mobley. But again, 6'11", power forward. There's Wemby's out there and stuff like that. So anyway, my preaching's over, but I would say I don't think these are packs you pull. And we haven't even talked about the fact that the Invincibles are in here lowering your odds. So we're going to just go through these Invincibles real quick. Again, 99 overall everything. And James Harden got no adjustments. So this card, I don't want to say he stinks, but he stinks. He doesn't stink. And again, none of the cards at this point in the year are bad, right? They have 99 everything. But it's competitively, are they top 5 in their position? Because at top 5, even top 7, now maybe you're talking about preference, right? Between certain cards and others. So you can say theoretically, Glenn Rice is still the best shooting guard in the game, but I like, you know, this card better or that card better. And that's totally fine, you know. But I don't think these cards are in that conversation. Same thing here. He's got the Magic Johnson jump shot. I mean, 6'9" is not that big of a deal, right? Like Clyde, who we're going to go over in a moment, is what, 6'6", 6'7"? So that 3-inch height difference doesn't make up for having a bad jumper. Like none of this matters at the end of the day. If you want cards that can slash and go to the basket at the, you know, 1, there's plenty of cards that can do that. But at the end of the day, I want my 1 to be able to create. So, and if he's not going to create, then I might as well just throw a giant. I might as well just play Kareem. Dwight Howard. So let's see. Did he get an animation change? Nope. Okay, so all of those Invincibles are pretty bad. Let's see what Clyde's talking about. Any changes? Nope. Doesn't look like any changes to Clyde. But fortunately for Clyde, he had a pretty good jumper already. Let's see if he has any adjustments between him and his Dark Matter card. Alrighty. So, nope. Looks exactly the same across the board. Yet another duplicate card in the collection. So let's quickly look at what he's got going on. So he's got Trey Escape with D'Angelo Russell size up. Should be fine. Kyrie Irving dribble styles. Great. Obviously, best in the game. Kawhi Leonard crossover. Don't love that. What's his moving behind the back? Does he have Jamal Murray? I'm assuming he does because people were really high on the card. What does it say he has? Yeah, I want to say he has the Murray. Hopefully that's the Murray. We'll find out when we get our hands on the card. If he feels really good, maybe I'll do a full-on breakdown of the card for you guys. But yeah, I mean, look, go to dunk Clyde Drexler. He's got some really great dunks. He's got LeBron James layup package. Overall, really good. Does he have one of the best jumpers in the game? No, but I think his jumper is good enough, one very quick to get you by. I think you can still play around it. It's fine. It's not like the other cards where it's like really hurt. Let's see what these guys are talking about. Yeah, so I don't even know what this sentence is. Pretty similar to the free Clyde. No point getting this ugly IF. Maybe that's a typo. If you already got TBH. So basically they're just saying like if you already have the Dark Matter, there's no point in the upgrade. And maybe I agree. Let's see actually. Let's see what the big difference is with the let's see what the big difference is with the what you call it. Sorry, I got a text message. Do we have any what are the attribute differences? I mean the 3-point shot goes to 99, which is a significant difference. Interior D goes up +9. I mean these are pretty big. +14 block. Yeah, these are not I apologize. I should mute my phone. But I have too many devices on, so it's not gonna matter. But yeah, anyway. No, these are worthy upgrades. I do think even if you have the Dark Matter, you 100% go out and get this Clyde and play this Clyde over the dark matter if you really like the dark matter. I think these stat differences are a significant boost across the board. I do think you'll feel a general difference with the card. And I also think, very, very importantly, this pass accuracy buff is great. 88 pass acc is not bad, but 99 pass acc is better. And if you're at the point guard position, that's what I need from you, you know? And then also he gets all of these playmaking badges as well. So I think the main thing about this Clyde card, in addition to just being better because of the fairly significant stat upgrades, he's a much better passer. And that matters, right? You know what I mean? I like my point guard having touch passer. I like my point guard having Hall of Fame dimer, right? If I'm playing a card like, say, a Yao, whose jumper isn't 99. Like, some of those bigs don't have 99 three ball. So that dimer is going to give you that much more shot success. So yeah. Now, and the Hall of Fame open looks is, I think, significantly better than gold open looks, right? So if you didn't have that Hall of Fame badge to spare on Clyde, which there's no reason to believe you would, it's not like Hall of Fame open looks grows on trees. That's an upgrade I very much like. So no, this is a significant upgrade over the other Clyde, even though it is just stats and badges. It's kind of a lot of stats and badges. So I do think this is a better card, even though individually the jobs he doesn't do better. Overall, he's just juiced across the board. So that should take care of our breakdown for today, guys. Let me know what y'all doing in this set. Are you guys pulling packs? Are you just gonna grab Joe Johnson and call it a day? I mean, I'm sorry, Joe Smith, and call it a day. Are you up? I actually don't recommend upgrading to this Kyle Korver. I think I think it's like a placebo effect here, where you feel better because he has the dark matter glow, but ultimately he plays mostly the same. In fact, before I say that, before I get reckless, let me see something. Let me really look at this card defensively, because that's where you would really feel it. Yeah, man. No, he didn't get the defensive juice that he needs. Like, the block only goes up to 80. Like, these upgrades aren't that significant. I mean, he stayed in front of the ball pretty well. He was already really good at steals. I actually got a lot of steals with Kyle Korver, but interior is only 89. Block only is up +5. Strength is only a +5, although it does allow you to get over 90 strength, which is pretty significant. But I would still probably run him with Popovich. I think having Popovich is a better upgrade to Kyle Korver than upgrading from the Opal to the Dark Matter. I would not recommend putting any investment into this card. Only get this card if you're pulling packs, in my opinion. And if obviously he comes out of the packs, or if you're just locking in, because this is not a real upgrade. This is a pretty fake upgrade. This is very similar to the Ron Artest upgrade. The difference is Ron Artest was just a better card, so he didn't need any upgrades. Kyle Korver did need some upgrades in the obvious areas that we've covered, and he did not get them. He did not become a way better slasher. He's better. You'll get a better meter, but like 300 something, 315 MT better? No. 150,000 VC better? No. This is a very, very moderate upgrade at best. This is the kind of thing where, not to beat this to death, but if we had an auction house, this card would drop the value of this card to like almost nothing. And that would be cool for the people who wanted to get the Kyle Korver, maybe for some reason didn't have him already. But no, this card is not, he is not the stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this set, honestly, for me, this set is a pass, because these Yaos just aren't good enough compared to the rest of the Giants in the game. And they're not popping out of packs enough. If the pack odds were higher, maybe, I don't know, but these Invincibles, like, I literally don't even want to see these in my collection. These are all so bad. These guys don't play for me. The Yaos are cool, and if I could guarantee I would get a Yao, I would, pull for a Yao. But there are so many other cards you can get and not get a Yao. And then if you do get a Yao, how much currency did you spend where you could have just literally grabbed Bol out? Manute Bol outright. Maybe lock in that collection, because those 100 overalls are pretty good across the board. That's where I stand. That's my breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. As always, thank you so much for your tremendous support that you've shown to this channel, and peace.